Oh, hello, and thank you for clicking on my video. I wanted to celebrate a little bit of a milestone. I passed 200 subscribers. We have 239, and look at this graph, bro. You don't got to be that good at math to see this thing is going up. So each one of these videos gets, 100 views. If just every single one of you would subscribe, that would be dope. And then finally, I'll have 1,000 subscribers, and we reach the milestone. Like always, we're playing a 10-minute game of chess. I'm going to absolutely destroy the opponent for you and explain my thought process along the way. Sorry for tooting my own horn on the 200 subscribers. Okay, so we're going to be facing a 1926. Can we see everything in here? Boy is from Turkey, and he is quite skilled. We're going to start with e4. And what are we going to get? I don't even know how to pronounce this name. Look at this. Oi, oi, oi. Sin karushma is the only thing I know how to say in Turkish. And that means you do not get involved in this. And so this is a line that I am quite familiar with. And I hope that we get queen f6, because then we get the coolest attack. If they play something else, so if they play the knight out, then we just take. Okay. So now we need to step back, and it's a completely even position. If the knight comes forward, we checkmate the opponent. And the reason we needed to scoot out of this square because of this pawn move is because this comes in. And this is a discovery of the bishop on my queen while also attacking my bishop. So you don't want none of that. So we step back and we checkmate the opponent. That's an appetizer game, new game. We're not even going to analyze none of that. We're just going to hop right into it. That's how you beat higher rated opponents. You study the openings a little bit and you're good to go. This dude, and with this game, I'm 1899. With the queen's pawn, we play c6. No matter what. c6, always. Every single game. Dude is from Russia. It's scary to play these Russian players. I really hope that he takes instead of pushing. If he develops the knight, oof. So we're going to get my light square bishop out because we're going to make this little pyramid. I feel like that's kind of a weak move. What do I actually do here? I think that I just develop the knight. I think we develop the knight, then we lock it down. He's going to have a huge space advantage, but we're going to break out over here, and then this will be the open file that we play on, and we basically play the entire game on the queen side. So we're going to push forward. Almost definitely he makes another pawn move. So you're always kind of hoping that they capture and you get to capture back, because then you can put your knight to the regular developing square. Basically, the knights always go boom, 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 boom. In this case, I might scoot forward, inducing this pawn push, and then scoot back and go for this. Because I need to do something with this bishop. The only reason that I would ever really... Okay, I'm not going to explain too much. The only reason that I put it there is if it's going to be pinned. So we're going to step back. This is very defended in the position. I need to castle, but I think that it might favor me just going for this break right off the bat. I don't know why I thought about that for so long, but I'm almost guaranteed I do that. I push here, he takes, I take, he takes. I need to castle is what I need to do. This pawn is undefended, but I can defend it. One other tidbit. When you play the Caro-Kann, this isn't the Caro-Kann, but I have a lot of pawns on light squares. Let's just trade off the light square bishop. Now, I need to get my knight involved. That kind of facilitates this pawn push. Just breaking right now. Boom, 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 boom. Then he's got a pawn here. I could then pin the knight. I don't think that's super, super great. I need to do something with my knight first. If I go here, then defending this becomes a little bit tricky if he moves his knight. Then I would have to push. But if I go here, my knight is never going to get into the game because you basically have to go here, and then we move the bishop. What am I supposed to do here? I have no idea. Queen here? Don't think it's an excellent move, but I needed to do something. I don't want to block my... I need to defend this pawn most likely if this knight ever moves basically anywhere. this rook will be attacking this pawn, and I don't want that to happen with tempo. This really weakens the light squares over here for his king. There's no way that I can like directly exploit that. And I need to get my knight involved. Absolutely, we need to get the knight involved. This guy is crazy. What type of move is that? Absolutely bonkers. Now this pawn push could make sense. He has not castled yet, so if we are able to like cause chaos in the center, it might be good for us. So boom, 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 boom. I jump forward attacking the queen. Let's just go for it. Oof, he can jump in and fork us. Okay, he didn't see it. He can still do that. This will just not be super fun for anybody. But I can shove the pawn forward and hit his queen, then I have a passed pawn. So that actually might work out for me. If he comes in, I push forward. If he takes me, oof. I take him? Yeah, yikes. Scoot here. Oh boy. Did I make a little bit of a blunder? Push forward. Take. I mean, then this is hanging, so that's not going to work. So I might have to step over here. Take. He pins me. I step over or something. I think that's all I got. He can also just take. Tiny bit. I mean, when you push a pawn, you got to think, what square does it weaken? And I weakened this, so I just got to recapture. This. Most likely I'm just getting pinned, but I can scoot over. And then I can actually step out of the way. I think that was maybe a little bit slow. I can push, but then he's got 2 passed pawns against my 1. And his bishop is kind of harassing the entire position. It is hard to say what's the correct move. Push forward? Is that really what we're trying to do here? Or I can double up, but then he still probably pushes forward. What to do? Push forward, and then these squares become really good for my knight. Let's just push forward. He's got 2 passed pawns, but his 2 passed pawns are kind of far away. At least for now. This knight is getting ready to jump to the center. And he's going to castle and probably just be completely safe. I mean, this knight just has to go here. I don't know what other move that I could even consider playing. He castles. Yes. Yes, indeed. But I might go here. Like, boom. That allows this. So it looks like we're going to fight on this side of the board. He can also, like... This bishop is just super not fun. If I come in, he can take me. But then I come back. I'm actually happy about that. If he takes, then I come in like this, and my knight is amazing. If he captures here, I step back, but I get rid of his god of a bishop for a simple retreating move. And I think he wants to keep this bishop. All I've really got going for me is my king is slightly safer than his. But he has 2 passed pawns. Not something that's going to be easy to deal with. The other game was a lot easier. Excuse me? Doesn't that just kind of hang a pawn? I can capture. You have to capture back. Then I grab this pawn. Right? Is there something that I'm missing? I also have this fork. But unfortunately, he's got so much stuff defending it. So, like, capture. Yes, I can grab a pawn, but I can also jump into the position, attacking more stuff. I attack the queen. The queen goes somewhere. I think that's what we play. And if he throws this in, then I grab the rook. I mean, you would grab another pawn. So what's better here? Attack the queen and really get into the position. Attack the queen. Queen goes back here. I push this. Take, take, take. That's not going to work. I think when you can grab a pawn, you just grab a pawn. I mean, 1000% I'm moving this knight. What is better? Moving here and attacking the queen? I can put my knight in the middle of the board with tempo. Just makes me feel like it's great. But then sometimes when you grab a pawn, like I can go up a pawn. What is better? We're going to just go up a pawn. Not fun. Not fun at all. I should have attacked the queen. Now all that I've got is this, but then he just kicks me out. I can shove this forward, but then the rook takes. Here? Okay. It's getting complicated. But this is going to work, because now the queen defends this. So that doesn't work, correct? I hit him with a fork. This is defended by the queen. And that pawn push was so clutch. Defended the knight and the queen. Then the fork became an option. So he gets in. He can get this with check. I just don't believe it. I think I can just grab this rook. I have to do it. He's going to get this with check. Uh-huh. And I think bringing my queen over here. Bring my queen. Take, take. Take, take. He's going to get my knight back, of course. But then these two passed pawns. I'm just going to push this, solidify this. Okay. Here. I mean, maybe defending that would have made more sense. I don't know what I'm trying to do. Defend that. Absolutely. Okay. Here. 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 He goes behind it. We attack this. Push forward. Push forward again. Push forward again. Trade off the rook for a pawn. You have to take back. I get into the position, taking a pawn. We hit you with check. I'm coming over here. This is a passed pawn too, but we take this. Here. This passed pawn all of a sudden became scary. Here, here, here. I'm just going to try and get behind it. We get behind it. He defends. I scoot over. Here. Bro, get out of here. Check? What is he trying to do? Here? Oh my god, I lose for nothing. What was I doing? That needed to be a check. Okay, I lose this. Push here. I'm cooked. Ugh. Chess sucks. It's a draw. I mean, he can't checkmate me. So, it's a draw. But I threw that away. Oh my god. So many draws. I get so many draws from winning positions. Like the last 10 games that I've played are draws. And so, let's just completely winning position. Did I need to do all this? No. What did I need to do here? Forget about these pawns. This is the situation. Nothing is happening over here. Literally, to win this game, I go boom, 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 boom. Or just boom, boom. Like, if I could go back in time, we bring the king. What are you even going to do? You go here, I bring the king even closer. Oh my god. Breaks my heart. Let's check it with the computer. I'm fairly certain I played accurate, but in the very end I threw it. So let's check it. I'll go over there with you. Here we are in the analysis. And oh boy, am I good at getting a winning position and throwing it away to a draw. I've done that in the last I've done it out of 3 out of the last 5 games, I feel like. And so he played slightly more accurate than me because I made that one huge blunder, just throwing it away to a complete draw. And I was even in the mindset of, I'm going to lose. And so I realized that it was a draw because he only had a bishop at the very end. So he had 5 inaccuracies, 1 blunder, 92%. I had 7 inaccuracies, 1 blunder, and 90%. But if you look at this graph, it's like I'm winning. I'm crushing the entire game, and then in the very, very end, I threw it away to a draw. And it was such a simple idea of not to do that. I don't know how I let that happen. And so if we go through the opening, I was wondering what this is called. It's called the Slav defense, and I've played it many, many times. Generally, I think that these moves are interchangeable, but you go for this little pyramid, best move, you bring the bishop out, they hit you, you scoot back, but this really prepares breaking open this, and then you play along this open file. And so I go ahead and go for that, take, and I thought for, 5 seconds, but what else was I going to do? We castle, we trade off the light square bishop because I've got all of these pawns on light squares. Best computer line is to reroute the knight. Never going to see that. Second best move is just bring the queen here. I was worried about this knight moving somewhere and the rook attacking this. Because say I was to do that and he plays like this, then I just push. Okay, so you just don't even care. Okay, I played the queen up, which is an inaccuracy, but it's not a bad move. Still totally in equal position. We go for this pawn break. Unfortunately, it stopped guarding this square, so I get forked. Now the best move is we pin the knight. And so the computer line after this is quite hard. He takes, I take back, he sacrifices the rook, or not sacrifices the rook, but comes in with his rook. I attack with the queen, he scoots out. I could even hit him, but I think the best line was to go here. And long story short, what's going to happen is this knight is going to just get hard to defend at some point. Like I'm going to do something to attack this knight. Say he scoots up. Okay, so that's a really long computer line. Long story short, I was supposed to pin the knight for not completely obvious reasons, but in the best computer line, what happens is he loses the bishop and the knight, and I lose a rook, okay? So he takes, I take. He didn't take. That would have taking with the bishop was the best move. No way anybody ever plays that. He brings the knight. I put my knight in the center. I had decided, okay, we need to, instead of defending, we needed to attack. I could have just got behind my passed pawn and like we make the game about pushing our passed pawns. And so, or I mean, it did turn into that. And then here, I chose correctly. Sometimes you blunder, but there's a resource. So I played this not even thinking about this checkmate pin, which is terrifying. Luckily, I have the resource of defend the knight and defend the checkmate all in one. And so I don't think that either of us saw any of that coming. It's just I got lucky that because I definitely didn't see queen G2. I didn't see that at all. He misses the pin, I get the pin, and then at this point, I'm completely winning. We go here, so my queen defends all of these pawns. He takes it, and now we're in an endgame, and my king gets to step towards the center. We take control of the open file, and I'm supposed to just get active. Forget about the pawns, I'm just supposed to get active and win stuff, is what I'm supposed to do. Jump into the position, double the rooks, force some trades, and just like infiltrate the opponent's side. Instead, I decide to put my rook behind the passed pawn. He attacks this. I could have pushed to block it. That would have made sense, but this is simpler. Put everything on light squares, and then this bishop is attacking nothing. And this is really where I started going astray. Decided to attack this. We push this. We push it again. We push it again. We get here. And once we're in this position, like, what am I doing? I'm crushing. There's no way that I should ever let a draw happen. And so bringing the king is what you need to do. Like, I gave this check. I felt like winning these pawns was really important. It wasn't bad, but now he's got a passed pawn. And it's a little tricky to get my rook over here, like at least behind the pawn. And I go into this position. And then what I needed to realize here was this pawn is unstoppable. The bishop can't, this is the square he needs to protect. Like, he can't get here and here. So that's what's stopping this pawn. And so I could have even sacrificed. So if I just start pushing this pawn, I'll just sacrifice for this. And then you getting around to like a square where you can even attack my promoted pawn, because this pawn is blocking the sight of this bishop. If I would have realized that, just like, dude, I got to pass pawn, start pushing it. Sacrifice the rook for this one at some point and push this one. And I didn't. I was like, maybe I'll bring my king. And I was trying to like get my king behind this pawn, which the idea doesn't even make any sense. Like, that doesn't even make any sense at all. So I start giving these checks. We go back, and it's a draw. It's a draw. We just trade off. There's no way for me to protect these pawns. He's going to come in. I thought that I was losing. So one thing that was good about this move, instead of going for the passed pawn, is we do this, and we trade off your last passed pawn. So once he trades off his pawn, it's always a draw. And so, oh boy, like, why did I give this check to get over here to take this pawn? Like, nothing was going to happen over here. Nothing was going to happen. The way we win this, let's do it with the computer. The king comes. Say you attack me. Let's just go back over here for the sake of being simple. My king protects. If you push this pawn, I'm pretty much just going to be able to take it. Then we start pushing over here. Oh boy. He goes in. I'll probably push here. If, okay, so it still would be annoying. There's not like a directly simple way to do it. But, oh boy. Oh boy. I could have even gone here and kept the king cut off. What also would have even been a good move is, where the hell did it all go? When this happened, I don't even know what I'm thinking. I'm heartbroken, to be completely honest with you. Just heartbroken in this game. Just, bro. What am I doing with my king? What did I even think my king was going to do? My king is never getting to touch this pawn. That's never happening. Just push, bro. Just push. Oh. Chess is rough. Thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna go to the gym and just train super, super hard after that draw. Sometimes draws feel like defeats. Like getting a draw from a winning position feels worse than just losing from a losing position. So thank you so much if you made it this far. You guys are the best, and I'll see you guys next time.